Well, hello. I am coming at you from a little sofa. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm coming coming at you from a great big chair. I've come downstairs. I've just finished uploading the last vlog. It was the year on YouTube. I can't believe I've been uploading for like a year now. That's kind of wild to think of that. But I've come downstairs because I've had a snafu with the jigsaw puzzle. I'm so frustrated. I started designing this piece as a print. So all my prints I do in like an A3 canvas. That's how I set them all up. And this week, I realised that the jigsaw sizes are not A3 and they don't kind of stretch out to that. They're not scalable, if that makes sense. So I'm having to like tweak and figure out a way to make the jigsaw work, to make the house work. I think I've sorted it. It's just gonna need to, once I've done on Procreate, I'm gonna need to like flatten the layers down as much as possible. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand, sorry. Flatten the layers down as much as possible, and maybe I might need to like shuffle it across into Affinity so that I don't lose the quality of everything. Because sometimes in Procreate, when I resize it, the quality's just not there, it fuzzes and things. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I've basically put a roof on. It's what I've done. I've basically put a roof on. I can't figure out whether the top looks a bit bare. I guess I'll see when I get the sample. And then at some point soon, once I've finally finished this, I need to move on to create the packaging. I'm a little bit nervous about that. I don't know why. It's probably going to be the most straightforward piece about it, but looking at the template that they've sent through, the manufacturers, it's really daunting. I'm kind of daunted by it all. So yeah, we'll see. But for now, I'm going to show you the tweak. So I've got like the pencil sketch on top of the illustration, so you'll see what I mean when I show you. So this is it, guys. This is the illustration in all its glory. There are a few bits that obviously I need to tweak, but that's an Affinity thing, like I say, so I don't lose the quality. And we now have a roof. So yeah, I don't think that looks bad. I popped it on last night, so coming back to it today, I'm looking at it again with fresh eyes, and yeah, let's get this done, shall we? And hopefully by the end of this vlog, I will be able to show you the finished piece properly. I'll put the actual image on screen, and I'll show you I'll show you the packaging that I've designed. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for all these tiny little details. Yeeks! Honestly, I can't put into words like how excited I am for this. And I also feel quite sick about it. It's a big deal. It's a dream product. That's why this has taken the longest, because I had the tea towels, the enamel pin and the jigsaw puzzle that were like my top 3 dream items to create. But this, I mean, I guess for obvious reasons, has taken the longest. The price, the amount of work that goes into a jigsaw puzzle. But I really want this puzzle to also be kind of like a fun experience game type thing. I'll try and explain myself properly, because I don't think I've shared this anywhere yet. The concept really behind this, and the reason I wanted to do like a grand doll's house to a degree, was because I really want like small Easter eggs within the house for people to find. So you've got like maybe the pictures that you're looking for on the outside in the frames, and a lock and a key and just things like that. I want it to be like a little Easter egg piece as well. So yeah, hopefully that will all come across. Hello guys, welcome back to a new vlog. Welcome to a new week. It's a really exciting week this week. I think so anyway, and I hope you do too, because this week we are working on the jigsaw. Oop. Is that better? I think that's better. Yes, the jigsaw. So this week is going to be, this video is going to be predominantly jigsaw things. I am going to show you the packaging. I'm going to show you what it looks like as a mock-up, because the jigsaw sample will be here next week. So by the time you're watching this, I don't think I'll have my hands on it, because I'm filming this like the week it goes out. But early next week, I will have the actual sample jigsaw in my hands. I genuinely can't believe that it's a thing. It's finally going to be a thing. So yeah, this week I'm going to show you the designing the packaging, and what else do we need to do? I need to talk to you about, well, I need to talk to you about how I'm releasing it as well, and what's going to be in it. And I'm going to insert some footage after this little intro of yesterday, depending how well it turned out actually. If it turned out really badly, it's fine, we'll redo it because we're going to have another play around anyway, I think. But wax melts. I'll show you the... So I was playing around with like seals, not melts, wax seals, because I've got some really exciting plans for the release of the jigsaw. It's going to be on a pre-order basis. So I'm going to get a coffee, and then I think we should sit down and have a proper chat about what's happening, about how I'm going about the jigsaw, how it's going to be released, when it's going to be released. I have a provisional date in mind right now. Obviously that depends on the sample being right, you know. But yeah, right, let's get a cuppa, sit down and have a good chat. Okay, back, drink in hand, little snacky snack, caramel egg. First of all, let me show you the packaging. It's been a while since I've designed anything like this kind of scale that required a lot of brain power. So I'm going to first show you, I only printed these off on like really basic, cheap A3 paper. So this is why I'm like, as to what colour the sample will turn out, because this was a really, really pale blue. Are you ready? I don't know if it's going to show up on camera actually, but this is not pale blue. This is more like a blue, you know. So I thought, right, let's scale it down slightly to a really icy blue. I just don't know if it's going to come and it's going to be grey, so we'll see. Obviously, like I say, it's going to be very different on the paper, the gloss for like the cardboard box for the jigsaw puzzle. But this was just to give me a rough idea, because anything that you send out to a printers or a manufacturer or anything like that, it's always done in CMYK, which is where colour dreams go to die, basically. And it's really hard to get the kind of tones that you want versus RGB, which RGB I use for my prints and everything that I do at home, because this Canon Pixma, the payoff, it's perfect. It literally prints like it is on the screen. The colours, so saturated, they're amazing. Same like So this was the final colour that I went with. I don't know if that will, let's hope that shows up well. It's the jigsaw puzzle. It's the box, guys. I'm going to insert here the mock-up that they sent. How good does it look? Guys, how good does it look? I cannot tell you how excited I am for this jigsaw to land, because obviously I'm going to like put it together. So my husband's going to have a fun couple of nights trying to get that together. He's really good at jigsaws actually, annoyingly so. I'm a bit like, and it takes me a while, but he's really good at them, so it should be fine. We should get it done pretty quick whilst still enjoying it. But it means that I can make the content to show that the jigsaw is a real thing and how it will look. And I really need to work on getting some really good content just to do it justice. I really want to do this justice, and then anybody else get really excited and they talk a lot and then the mouth just goes dry because they're really excited about something. So that's that. The plan is, thus far, to release the jigsaw as a pre-order for 2 weeks at a reduced price. So anyone that orders pre-order, because they have to wait slightly longer, they're going to get it at an exclusive pre-order price, which would have been the same price that I would have done for the Kickstarter had I finally locked in the Kickstarter route. I did a list of like pros and cons for each. There was 3. So I did a list of pros and cons for each way I could release this jigsaw. And pre-order seemed to be the best one, purely because of the weight and the size of the jigsaw. Because it's going to have to go as a parcel, and that kind of excludes anybody that's not the UK. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And I think if I was used to Kickstarters, that probably wouldn't be an issue. I probably wouldn't have like thought twice about it. I've never done a Kickstarter, so it was really daunting, the thought of having to take into account postage to ship to America. That, yeah, it would have just been really, really stressful, I think. So I think I will still do a Kickstarter at some point this year, because I want to experience like the fun of it all. But this is going to be pre-order, so it's going to have an exclusive pre-order price that you're only going to get for those 2 weeks, and then once that 2 weeks is up, it's gonna go up. With the pre-order, I'm going to do a letter from the lady of the house, which I've been working on. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have heard me read a little bit of it. If you don't, I'll read the first, like the opening paragraph here. It may get like tweaked slightly, but I'm having a lot of fun, like flex the creative juices. Like I haven't written anything like this for a long time. So let me read you the opening paragraph. If you are reading this, then you have found your way inside my world. Welcome, dearest dreamer. I must tell you, however, that this house holds more secrets than I care to confess. Perhaps, as you begin to rebuild my home, you will notice them. And I have like the rest of the letter written down in notes, but I've also designed it. I've designed this letter from the lady of the house to introduce you all to the house, where we have Easter eggs. And I really want this puzzle to be an immersive experience. So there's Easter eggs scattered through the house, and they all connect to something, like a story. But I also want it to spark the imagination of the person doing the jigsaw, if they're that way inclined. If you just want to do the jigsaw, then cool. But if they're that way inclined, and you get kind of like a peek of a story, but then your imagination can run wild with whatever that might have been, whichever direction that could have taken, the who's, the why's, the where's. And I can't wait. So I'm doing an exclusive letter, which is what the wax seals are going to be for. So it's going to be like an old baldini. I can't do it like the typical Jane Austen Regency style, because I want to try and do it on my art paper, because I know the quality and I trust the quality of that. I'm going to have to work around that, I think, to a degree, but that's fine. So it's going to be sealed with a wax melt. Well, why do I keep calling it a wax melt? That's really weird. With a wax stamp, with a wax seal. And the plan is to also do like an Easter egg hunt card, where a handful of the Easter eggs I will put on the card and maybe put like a little sentence about them. And then you've got that thing there, so as you're building a jigsaw, you can kind of like cross-reference. So if something you put in a part of the jigsaw together and you're like, what's that? You can see if it's an Easter egg, and it builds up like this world and this story for the lady of the house. And yeah, the Regency dollhouse is a go, guys. So this is all the work that I want to do for the pre-order. All of this will be exclusive pre-orders. I'll probably make a batch of them, and then yeah, they'll go to all pre-orders. I want it wrapped really beautifully in like a Regency style. So again, the wax stamps, wax seals. Will I ever get that right? Who can tell? And I really hope that I can get the pre-orders that I have in my mind. Like the goal is to get, if I can just get 10 pre-orders in that 2 weeks, that will make a huge difference. And it'll also kind of give me that boost of confidence that I need right now. I'm having a big wobble, I'll be honest. I'm having a big wobble. I'm a little bit stressed. Comparison, you know, the thief of joy has kicked in a little bit. So I'm just trying to not think about that. I'm trying to post my content, show up on social media, but not scroll too deeply. Does that make sense? And just focus on this jigsaw and everything that I want to do. So today, I've already made a start on the letter from the lady of the house. I want to try and test print that, so I'll test print that on some, again, just some like naff printer paper. Make sure I've got the lining up things right. That's how it's looking so far. I've used the vintage aging effect that I created specifically for some of my things. So again, if you haven't been here for like the last, I think it was the week before last that I posted, it'll be slightly lighter than this, but this is the please ignore my nails. I am currently halfway through redoing them. I need to soak them off and redo them. I just did this step because it takes the longest. So this is the vintage effect that I made myself in Procreate with the brushes. It'll be slightly lighter than that on the card that I use. In fact, ooh, I wonder. I was thinking about doing it on my print paper, but this would make more sense because it's got the, like the, not aged because it's not aged at all, but it's got like a bit of a creamy colour, like an off-white colour. So yeah, they're that kind of plans for today. I want to work on the packaging. I need to work on content. Wouldn't it be amazing if jigsaw showed up in this week's vlog? I don't think it will. I don't think it will. That's a bit much even for me. And then just chat about other things. Obviously I want to have a catch up with you on bookish things and go from there. Let's get to work, shall we?
Sipping my milk, I stare at the empty space on the table as though he might return at any moment, hawkish Rose says, from the far end of it. Allowed to listen? Me? I ask. Yes, any Navarian records. We don't even have Viscounts in our aristocracy.
Okay, so I am kind of happy with how it looks. Again, the filter I think might be slightly... Is it slightly too dark? I don't know, but I just need to realign the head, I think. I'm not going to rush into this because this is something that I've kind of got until next week to perfect. Oh, this isn't a great angle, is it? But I'm really happy. Like, I think that'll be fine with the folding. I think I've done that right. I think I've like sized everything up okay. Yeah. I just wanted to fold over slightly to seal it, and then the only thing I really do need to test, so I'm going to have like a dummy one, is putting the wax seal putting the wax seal onto maybe this and making sure that it's easy to open, you know, without damaging it. This was something I was bothered about as well, because I think if it's slightly thicker, this is 300, 310, 312, 312 I think, GSM. So it's quite thick compared to my art paper that is thinner. I might slice this, but then sacrifice this bit of paper. It's better to sacrifice this where it wasn't right anywhere. I was testing the trackers out than a new piece of paper. Yeah, and we get to do it again, so I'll get to actually show you, just in case the footage was not the best that I popped in earlier on, because I do need to practice, and I need to practice with what colour as well. I think the brown. I might just pop that. Oh, cute. My nails, however, not so much. Does anybody else do their own gel nails and taking off. Oh, it just takes so long. Because I have to do one hand at a time. Right. I think the brown, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you properly. I think the brown just stands out more. It's a gorgeous, like, it was called Champagne, I think. And it's a lovely bronze colour. And the stamp that came with the set that I got, I will link it below just in case anybody else wants one. Because I know quite a few people are interested in this kind of thing. Because I just think it's so much fun. But it's giving Throne of Glass vibes. It's like a stag with its antlers. Like a moon. I mean, it could be giving Crescent City as well, because just recently I saw like a deer stag situation on somebody's TikTok. But I think this is the one we're going to go with. I wanted icy blue, but in hindsight anyway, I don't think that would necessarily go, would it? Who am I kidding? I'm going to buy the icy blue anyway. It was like this kind of shade. So, right, I'm really not happy with this lighting here, so I'm going to shove you back across. And, oh, I think I'm going to take these off because I'm really giving myself an ick right now. And listen to some more Iron Flame. Good morning, friends. How are we on this fine day? Oh, let's unload a bit. It's Friday. Every other Friday is injection day, and my leg really hurts. So let's get you straightened up. What are you doing like that? Okay, Friday. I got distracted yesterday, I will be honest. But my nails are nice again. So that's the thing. I just need to pick up where we left off yesterday and do the test for the Lady of the House letter. I can't remember what else we spoke about. Why can I not multitask these days? Yes, so I want to do that. I don't think, I still need to plan out the little card I think that's going to go in it. So that might end up being in next week's vlog with hopefully the jigsaw. Oh, I can't believe it, this time next week it'll be here. So yes, and I want to do some more, make some more stamps for the wax, and I'll test it on the letters. So we're going to do that today. I want to chat to you about Iron Flame. So I'm currently reading on the Kindle, I'm currently reading Heir of Fire on the Throne of Glass series. And guys, let me get my little bookmark. So I've read Throne of Glass, that's the first one in the Throne of Glass series obviously. Crown of Midnight, then I read Assassin's Blade, which for those of you that don't know, Assassin's Blade is like a collection of 5, I believe, novellas. There's like a whole thing about which order you should read it in and whether you should read it first, whether you should read it third, fourth. People feel very passionately about it, very passionately. But I went in and I thought, do you know what? Sarah J Maas released it third. If this was like live time for the release, that's when I'd have read it. So I read it third, and now after reading it third, I think that's the best way to read it. To be completely honest, I think that is the best way to read it. If I'd have read that first, nothing would have meant anything to me. I'd have just been reading about, this is not a spoiler by the way, I'd have just been reading about 5 individual like adventures, experiences that the main character goes on, and they would have been lost on me. I think I wouldn't really have had that connection. So yeah, I would say read it third, because then I think after the first 2 books, small, like, not Easter eggs, but let's call them Easter eggs, get trickled through these first 2 books. And then when you read Assassin's Blade, when you read the 5 novellas, you kind of go, oh, so that's how that happened. Oh, so that's what happened there. And I feel like it connects some dots. And then I moved on to Air of Fire. I'm currently on that. I'm really enjoying it. However, I've got all these on my Kindle. And I'm really glad they're on my Kindle versus audiobook. Because so far, I am up to... I think 6 points of view. And my brain, I think it's just too many points of view. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I am really enjoying it because they're all going on simultaneously. So each character's in a different area, but it's all at the same time. And I imagine, like, towards the end, a couple of the characters might end up, like, in the same environment. So I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. It's not stopped me enjoying it. I'm still really enjoying it. But it's a lot of points of views. It's a lot of characters. I'm so glad it's not an audiobook. So glad. Because I think you can kind of take pause when it's chapters, like, on a book, in a book. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that's definitely worked out better. However, on my 3 months free Kindle Unlimited that I've got, I can now rent another audiobook. Oh, I'll put this on silent. So I've rented Iron Flame because I'll be honest, guys, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed with the size of the paperback. Oh, and I've just got hand cream marks on it. That's lovely. I'm really overwhelmed with the size of it, so I thought, while it's free, well, I've got my 3 months free, I'm going to rent the audiobook. Oh, I love hearing it as an audio. I love hearing the voices of the dragons. I love hearing the dragons' voices. For me, that's, like, really what makes it. So, yeah, I think I'm on to, like, chapter 5-ish with Iron Flame now. Fell straight back into it, really enjoying it. So I've kind of got those on the go at once. But at least with audio, I can just listen to it while I'm working if I'm not doing anything that needs, like, any concentration. So if I'm, like, just colouring some arts or making things with the heat press or that kind of thing, I can just stick it on in the background and listen to Iron Flame. So I'm back in. I'll probably get Air of Fire finished tonight, and then I might, depending on how it ends, I might have a break from it for a little bit. See how I feel. But yeah, I can't believe how many books I've got through this month so far. But I do think that's because the first 2 Throne of Glass books, they weren't that big compared to, like, the Akatar series. I mean, I know they got, like, bigger and bigger. And nothing like Iron Flame, but I do believe as the, oh my god, my leg. I do believe as the series goes on, the books get thicker. I think, is it Kingdom of Ash? That looks like a bit of a chonky donk. So, yeah. I think that'll slow everything down. That's where I'm at with the books. Anyway, I think I just went off on a huge tangent. Let's have a drink. I need to replace my ink. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to double check that I'm happy with the font of... bubble in there. I'm going to double check that I'm happy with the font of the letter. And then print it on my card paper. I feel like it's not necessarily a font I would automatically go for, but I don't want it too swirly because I want it to be legible, you know. Oh, and the centre obviously needs moving, the emblem. Let's get this shuffled on, make it, and then we'll go back to the wax and have a play around with that. I'm so excited about these wax seals. I think they're just going to level it up a bit. And hopefully going forward I'll be able to level up my entire branding packaging with the wax seals, like I spoke about in my video about 2025 and the goals and everything, and that's really something that I'm serious about this year, like leveling everything up. And why not start with a jigsaw? Why not start with a huge project? Okay, so I've made the text slightly bolder. I'm going to do a test on this scrap. I mean, I've sacrificed to bookmarks, but I'm going to do a quick test on this to see how it works with the wax seal before I score and fold this. I think that's the sensible thing to do, just to see how it would work, because it may be that I might have to like get a ribbon. Hope not. I hope just the seal will be able to go on, but let's go across and have another go, because again, I really don't know what the footage will turn out like that I took earlier in the week, so. Okay, so I'm going to use the round one again, because that's my favourite shape. And before I do this, I just want to say, let me get everything out. I know the majority of you will probably be like, okay, stop, because you already know. However, there might be some of you that don't, because it's only like recent-ish years, maybe the last 6 or 7 years, I've actually realised, and that's because my mum had a candle and wax melt business. Trim the wicks, okay? This applies for like any candle, trim the wick. It should only be about 1/4 of an inch. And if you don't trim your wick, like I didn't last time, I saw it and I thought, oh, it'll be fine. So this is an example of a wick that is far, far too big. It's far too big for, oh, burning. I should have trimmed it down, I didn't. And because I didn't trim it down, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get that clean, but that was covered in ash. Covered. So now I've trimmed it, and that's what we're looking like. So you get an idea of the height that the wick should be. Okay, before we do anything else, put these away. Again, I'm gonna go for like the champagne bronze colour. What candle missing? Because I think that's the nicest colour. I am going to use one of the new heads that I got. I'll leave these links below if any of you are wanting to like play with wax seals. It might be helpful to some of you. Yeah. Thankfully, each new set of wax beads comes with its own spoon, so that's good. So I don't have to figure out how to sort that yet. So we've got everything out. It can be silicone as well, which I might play with at some point. So I'm gonna bring you closer and tip you over so we can do this together. I'm hoping that the lighting will be okay when I come to edit this. But you can see it's burnt underneath there as well. I'll be able to get a decent angle. I think that's it there. Yeah, so it's just scorched. I mean, it's fine, but don't make the same mistake I did if you decide that you want to have a play with these. Okay? I only needed 1, 2, in fact I think that might even be 3 pellets, so they go a long way. Yeah. And then pop it on there and it will melt. So while that's melting, I'm just gonna attach that. But how stunning, see if we can get it to focus. Come on. How stunning is that? Ah. So that is what we are going to use. Only thing is I think that might take a little longer now because the flame's shorter, but it's fine. I also, because I'm going to be using this. Oh, I can hear Blue. Oh, she's definitely not coming up while I'm doing this. I wonder if I could do it like that, actually. Do it like that, pour it. Yeah? I think so. Because obviously, goes without saying, it won't do it right. I kind of wish I'd brought a cocktail stick up or something just to give it a little stir, because I think it's all done, but there's just like a splodge in the middle of it that I think will pour out. I think it's done though. This this is where I really have to try and be yeah. Okay. I don't think that this has worked. It's a me thing. I'm not entirely sure why. I wonder if it's because it's a bigger spoon. It poured differently. But oh my gosh, we get the general idea, guys. Can you even look at that? This is why we're practicing though, because that's not really a vibe, is it? Maybe I'll need 4. That's so weird. Anyway, look! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Right, okay, so well, that's set, so that's fun. Oh god, this is so dusty. I've not used this in quite some time, so let's where shall we score? Let's make that a big one. What on earth is that? Oh, it's ink. Oh, flibbity gibbet. Anyway. What do you think? Oh, I like. Right, we just need to scrape that off, and then I'll be back. Actually, before we do that, should we see how this opens? Oh no! Oh, guys, I think it might be sealed. Ooh. I mean, right, I'm gonna give it a go on this because, I mean, it's pooped anyway, innit? So, and I'll pay more attention to which direction I'm putting the heart in this time as well. And see how we go. Should I put another 3 in? Another 3 in. It's probably going to be far too much now, but it's fine. Oh my god, I just got distracted scrolling on Instagram. Oops. Right. Oh my gosh. But what I will say is, it's a little bit stanky. Okay. Hold it down nice and firm. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, onto the mat, heart up. Well, hot things on a silicone mat, don't do that. Oh, flip. Well, oh, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? Oh my gosh, much better. I'll bring you over to the light, but oh, okay, I'm just getting annoying now. Look at this. Okay, I'm literally holding the camera in my hand, so this is a bit awkward. Look at it, and you can also see like the colour difference. So that's white, and this is like an off-white. Oh, that's a better, you can see like a champagne bronze. Oh guys, I love, but I'm not sure how it's going to pop open, judging by this, you know. So it can go two ways. I can either put a ribbon on it, or maybe like oh gosh, what's the, like a sticker sort of thing, you know, on the back. So they basically become stickers that I pop on just for this. You're balancing on top of the moonbeam, so I hope it keeps you safe. Yeah, I am so happy with that. But the only thing is, I don't know how it's going to open. I can either work on the placement of it, so like not as much goes over, so you know, it's maybe it'll pop easier. I get you. Or yeah, like a sticker on the back of it, like double-sided sticky tape type of thing, or a ribbon around it. But with ribbon, then it's like, I don't feel like it's as clean and minimal, you know. Oh, I just, sorry, I'm yeah, so I think, actually that's not, oh, right, that needs to, I need to rest the spoon on the coaster. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I mean, this is a blooming, I can still use it for like proppage and things, so that's fine. But I'm really chuffed with that. The next thing is probably like designing the insert to go with it for the Easter eggs. I just don't know really how to do that. Do I design it? Do I design it sort of minimalish? Kind of like this? That's what I started. Or do I literally pull the graphics, identical graphics, from the jigsaw piece? Or do I even do like an infographic? Like an Easter egg hunt. I liked the idea, but will people like the idea? I don't know. I'm stuck on that. Let me know what you think, because I won't have like done it properly by the time this goes live, because it's going live like tomorrow. So nothing will be like in place or anything, so I'd love to know what you think about that. Whether you think I should do that. I would be doing it on my thank you card paper, so it would be picking up the pants. On this size. I'm going to keep this for the thank you card as well, I think. These are my current thank you cards. Yeah. So I will be doing it on that. And I just thought, you know, like a little... And I could slip that inside. Ish. Basically like wedding invitations. Okay. So while I was having my lunch and giving you guys a little energy boost, I had to play with some stickers. Some illustrations I've done. So I'm just gonna print some stickers off and I want to see what they look like. They're literally only going to be test type stickers because I don't know how they'll work and I don't want to laminate them. So hear me out. This sticker paper that I use is the HTV on matte vinyl. Has such a lovely, like almost buttery kind of feel to it. It's really soft. And I thought the stickers might look really nice or feel really nice with this. I'm not going to call it a collection, but I have plans. And it'd be nice if I could do a couple of other bits, you know. I don't think a glitter laminate would look right on this one on this occasion. I don't think the glitter laminate would look right, so I'm gonna have a go at printing them on the Cricut, see what they look like. Yeah, I've got a couple of different illustrations and I would just really like to expand the jigsaw with some of the really nice pieces. Oh, actually, I might also do a test print of the print because that's something else I'd like to give with the pre-orders, an A5 copy of the jigsaw as an art print. I think that'd be really, really nice. So I'm going to do that as well because why not? Upload. Let's have a go at this before I round off the video, I think, and then I will show you. I just realised that I haven't actually shown you the final finished piece. I will show you that. I will put that on screen for you all to look at so you can see the illustration for the jigsaw in its entirety, and you guys will actually be the first ones to see it in its entirety because by Saturday the entire piece won't have been posted on Instagram yet. So there's been like the sneak peek where I've done the TikTok that's, or the reel as well, that's kind of scanned across it but not all of it. But this is the first time seeing the actual final piece that went to print with the roof on. So let's get these printed and then we'll go from there. Oh, okay, so I did 2 of these and put the sugar plum. Then we have, I love this illustration so much. I don't know why, it's just, it brings me so much joy. This tiny little bear brings me so much joy I can't even like explain. I don't know why. And we have a little swan, so cute, and just a hat, just says Daydreamer. So these are all unlaminated, which means that they're really not particularly suitable for anything like I suppose to-go mugs. So I think these would be perfect for, oh sugar, perfect for laptops, planners, journals, like sticking on the front even. I think I just get paranoid not laminating things, but it just means that if you pour water on them, it's not protected. What do you think? So I don't really know. I'm thinking maybe the cake's a bit rogue. I just drew it last night because I thought it was cute. The cake's a bit rogue, but I thought like a really cute sticker pack. Maybe not that one. So like the swan and the feather and the bear. Yeah, I'd probably work on different frames, but... And the daydreamer. And maybe one more thing, maybe a rose. I thought they would be like a really cute sticker pack. Oh, I just love them. Like, it's a little sticker pack. What do we think? I think they're so cute. But it's not about me. So you guys let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm just really enjoying this kind of illustration at the moment where it's soft and like the browns and the creams and the blues and the pinks. On brand, I guess. But raspberry cake. Right, so let me just tidy up and then I'm actually going to talk to you properly, yeah, about the jigsaw and the pre-order. I mean, I'll talk to you again before it actually goes live, but while we're here having a chat, why not talk about it? Okay guys, before I round off this week's video, I thought, oh, we could have a really quick chat about the jigsaw and the pre-order. I'm going to speak to you obviously next week, but it's really distracting. I can see the reflection. Let's talk about it. So I have decided to go with the pre-order route. So far, the 28th of February is when it will go live, which is not long at all. It's like 2 weeks. I chose the 28th because I thought it's the end of the month. It's more likely to hit people's paydays, and so if they're wanting to pre-order, they can. And if it runs for 2 weeks, then it can go to mid-March. It's still not peak season for my manufacturer, so that's great. The turnaround is roughly 4 weeks for them to manufacture it. It could be quicker because the sample I'm getting the estimated 2 weeks, and it's going to be 1 week. So, and it's only coming from down south in England, so it's not got far to go. So by the end, topside by the end of April, that would be the shipping date for the jigsaw. Now with the pre-order process, it will be cheaper than when it goes generally live, like on sale once I've got physical stock here. It will be cheaper as a thank you, sort of your faith and believing in me and waiting, because obviously you'll have that bit of a wait while something's in production. With the pre-order, as I mentioned earlier on, there will be bonuses and freebies and perks to getting it. You will take priority. And I've just test printed the mini print, and I think that I definitely want to give everybody a mini print of the actual puzzle. Let me show you. I will put the actual puzzle on screen before I finish talking with you today, guys, but I just want to show you this in its glory. I'm so proud of this. Sometimes it's hard when you're looking at something on a screen. This is the first time I've seen it actually printed, and I'm kind of I did this. The amount of detail and work that's gone into this jigsaw, I can't even put into words the amount of love and time that's gone into this puzzle. And I really appreciate everybody that's been supportive so far and absolutely lovely. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you for believing in a dream. It's the house. Welcome to the Regency dollhouse, guys. So throughout this there are Easter eggs, like I said earlier on. I want it to be a fun experience, an immersive experience, so it's not only like a jigsaw puzzle, it becomes like almost a game, and so you can use your imagination and look through and see some of the small Easter eggs and be like, oh, that's where that is, and oh my gosh, this marries up with this, and this is part of this tale, and I wonder what happened then, and do you think that they did this and they did this, and you can kind of also make your own story with it as well. I just think that's really fun, and I've never had a jigsaw like that. No, I've never had a jigsaw like that, and I thought it's something different that you don't see or hear every day. And I really hope you guys love it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do, because the support has been wild. Especially over on Instagram, where I've been sharing like teasers and things like that. So I just want to say thank you. I really truly appreciate everything, every piece of support that you've given me. But now I am going to share on screen, because I understand that obviously it wasn't the easiest to see everything. I'm going to share the illustration for the jigsaw now. I hope you really like it. I am really proud of myself. I'm proud that last time I had a look at it, it's like 46 hours worth of work, sketching to all the fine details and the Easter eggs, and yeah, it's been a long process. It's been a few months, but soon the wait will be over and the jigsaw will be here. The Regency dollhouse will be sat waiting and ready for you guys to rebuild and unlock all its secrets behind the closed doors. Right guys, I am gonna scoot off because there's lots to do behind the scenes that's just kind of boring for you guys, so it's pointless me filming it. I'm enjoying taking you along on like the nitty gritty and the design bits and practicing the wax seals, so we're probably going to work on that a bit more as well in the next video, because we do have time, we do have a bit of time, so we're just gonna get that perfected, get all the fine details done, hopefully figure out like the insert for the Easter eggs and go from there. But it's going to be fun, and thank you so much for joining me on this wild ride, because it has been a wild ride. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching guys. I will see you next week. Mwah. Bye.